Welcome back. Today we're looking at megalophobia. Ooh, the fear of big things. Kind of like the fear of man-made big things, but not exclusively, but that seems to be something we see a lot of like things that just shouldn't be that big. Things that have no business being that big. And I don't personally have this phobia, but it's pretty easy to understand, you know, this phobia. I think it's just like instinct sometimes of like, that's just big. And something that big can cause a lot of damage, whether it falls on top of you or you fall off of it. I think it goes a little deeper than that if you have the phobia, but not hard to understand. I promise you that. So let's start with this first one here. I'm seeing some big buildings, and I love a good big building. The Petronas Towers in Malaysia. Dude, they just look like rockets, don't they? Or like alien power plants siphoning electricity out of the storm clouds. Like this looks like just some sci-fi mumbo jumbo, you know, but crazy cool. Like again, I don't have the phobia, but this building right here is obviously big. The ground is way down there, and like we're starting towards the top of these buildings and they still go way up. What's it like at the top? That's gotta be a crazy view. In fact, it might be a terrible view because I think you're so high up that there's just nothing to see. In this picture, up here probably just looks like fog, you know? And you're like, oh, I thought that'd be a crazy view, but it's just gray. Pretty crazy. The monolithic granite bathtub of Russian Emperor Alexander, 1777 to 1825, weighs 31.5 tons. Dang. That's a big bowl. This one feels like, especially after seeing those monolith towers in the last one, this is just like a pool. You know, it's so big. It's the biggest bathtub I ever seen. That's just a pool. You just reinvented the pool. I know that like I don't go in the pool and then go, oh, I've taken a bath now. Like I'm clean. Like a large bowl isn't that crazy. But I guess since it's granite, that's kind of shocking. Weighs 31.5 tons. That's tons. And I don't know, maybe they had some stuff to like keep the water hot. Like maybe it's impressive in that way. We're gonna move on. This is not impressive. It's funny, you're like within the context of the topics of the videos, we'll breeze through things that are probably interesting in different contexts. Today we're looking for big scary things, and this is just a bowl. I'm sorry. It's a bowl that's like a little bit taller than a guy. Big whoop. The Louis Vuitton building outside this window. Oh, bro. Of course. Dang, okay, that's kind of cool. I'm not into the like extremely overpriced fancy pants brands, obviously. I think it's very just overkill, but like they made it look like some giant suitcases. They really did. Man, that's just bizarre. Like I think it almost, again, I don't have the phobia. It almost doesn't feel like megalophobia because it's like, oh, I know these objects. They're not that big. You know, like you could almost pretend this is just like close to your window. It's really weird looking. Yeah, that's so strange. Man. That's pretty crazy. That's cool. I don't know. It's weird. It's so extra, but I think it's cool. They're doing something. A little overkill, but I'll let it slide just this one time. Rain in Australia. Oh yeah. Just absolutely dumping. Oh man. It looks too thick to be rain. You know, obviously it is, but this is like, is this a liquid or is this a solid? Because it looks like a solid right here. They're just dumping like sheets, like literal sheets onto your head. That's crazy. It looks like it would go from normal visibility, like if you were driving, to just zero visibility. Like this is just, you're gone. Everything that was once here is gone until this rain passes over. Like this is so thick. I think, right? This isn't just what like a slightly heavy rain looks like. This is pretty intense. This is what we would call in the business torrential, is it not? Could we call this torrential downpour? That's crazy. Also the clouds look so just flat and thick. Like they look like, again, not even like clouds. It looks like angel food cake. Like it's just dense. It is kind of creepy. I mean, I don't have the phobia of the big, but this just feels like the world's ending. Like look at that. There was once visibility and then suddenly it just boom, gone. I wish the video kept going until we were overtaken by the water, but we can't have everything we want. We gotta be thankful for the very obviously longer videos that were cut down to 10 seconds for whatever reason. Time lapse of a tornado. Oh, this is crazy. This is absurd. I'm so glad we have this. This is like the best, clearest shot of a tornado I feel like I've ever seen, is it not? Also, you don't have to drive that way. You can just stop and wait for it to go away. There's like just such a wide range. I'm sorry to distract from the tornado, but the drivers on the road, it's like every type of person and how they react. Like people are stopping, people are going around, people are stopping for a second and being like, well, that guy went, so I'm gonna go. If you're not interested in the tornado, also watch the cars. It's kind of funny. But yeah, the tornado is crazy. It keeps changing from like big to like skinny, like it's gonna go away, and then it comes back down. Wow. So cool, dude. It looks like movie special effects, doesn't it? Especially at the end, like it looks not real. Like it is, of course. But tornadoes are just a bizarre weather phenomenon, aren't they? I say it every single time one shows up. I've never seen one with my own eyes, and every time I see one in a video, I'm like, that's just an insane thing that can happen. For this to be part of your day, you know, like you're late for the function because there was a swirling torrent of wind that crossed over the road in front of you. Oh, sorry, I'm 5 minutes late. I had to lightly slow down so I didn't get swept up into the atmosphere. I mean, I know you wouldn't go to the atmosphere. It probably wouldn't even pick you up. It might fling you around a little bit if your car's small enough. But I saw that movie. That one movie. What was that one with the Emerald City? Forget what it was called. But I'm pretty sure a house went up into a tornado in that movie. I'm speaking about Wizard of Oz, by the way. Pretty wild. A lot of emergency vehicles on the road. Like, is there like a pilot car that kind of like guides you? Like, follow me, I'll stop when it's dangerous and I'll start when it's safe. Kind of feels like what's going on here. Like he's guiding people past it, which is nice. It's kind of like a snow plow, but for a tornado. That's sweet. Okay, this post is if whales were birds, but I think that this is just supposed to be like a cool piece of art. This is not to scale at all. Whales, they're big, but I don't think they're quite this big, right? Oh yeah, no way. This one is a little closer probably, but this is like, they're not that big. They're like 70 feet long. They're not like bigger than a 20-story building. That'd be crazy though. That would be crazy if they were that big, but they're not that big. So we're not looking at it as a to scale representation, just a, wow, imagine this. Imagine if we all lived in the music video for In the End by Linkin Park, where whales just be flying around for kind of no reason, just because they can. And that's a world I actually would be down to live in. I think I would like whales a lot more if they were flying around above me instead of swimming around below me, because they're good guys either way. They're non-malicious, they're really smart, they help humans, they're very clearly like gentle creatures. But when they're giant and in the deep blue below me, I'm sorry, I don't care how nice you are. I don't want you there. I don't want you to be down there. I don't want to know you're down there. But if I just had like a whale gently floating above my apartment with like the sun setting in the background, hell yeah, I'm all about that. I would love that. This one's kind of cool. I mean, they're all cool pictures. I think that the person that posted this is kind of like maybe misrepresenting it. I don't know if they meant that. But this is probably the most grounded of them all, I say, while looking at a picture of a flying whale. But like to scale, this is the one that's the smallest in, I think. Oh, this one is hard to tell how big this is supposed to be. This one could be the most accurate one. But this, like, it's not as big as a mountain, and it's not as big as a 20-story apartment building. That's cool, though. If we could make this happen, I would like that. Forth Bridge, Scotland, 1882. Dang, we got some old-timey megalophobia. Let's zoom in on this. Holy moly. This is crazy. I know because I don't have the phobia, I feel like I end up talking about everything except for how big it is. Well, except for how big it is and how that's scary. I talk about how big it is, but like, how did we make this in 1882? Look at this. I still couldn't make this. I mean, that's not surprising at all, but how does anyone make this at any point in time, let alone in 1882? I mean, they were still using leeches for medicine at this point in time, and they're also making these insane bridges. I don't know where you start with something like this, you know, but I'm proud of them. Good job, guys, in the 1880s. You did a good thing building this. Figuring this out, that was cool. The fact that we were able to make such insanely large machinations in the 1880s is wild. That like this picture is like, it matches the criteria of like, it's a huge giant thing that people made and it was built in the 1880s. That's crazy. I mean, I know that like the pyramids were built obviously way longer ago than that, but this feels different, doesn't it? You know, the pyramids were made by just like, you know what I mean? This was made with like It's a whole different thing. Someone who knows stuff about architecture, please explain what I meant by this and this in more words, you know, and what I mean by this is more impressive than that. They're both impressive. They're both pretty, all right? Okay, these are crazy. 728 tons stabilizing ball in the Taipei 101 during the 6.8 Richter scale earthquake. Just the existence of these, like, balancing balls, what was it called? Stabilizing ball? I mean, again, just like genius engineering. If you don't know what this is, it's inside of the top of a skyscraper, or at least really high up, and it's made to kind of counteract the swaying that happens in a skyscraper. Because like if there's a big earthquake, obviously tower go rock around, but the ball, like if the tower leans this way, the ball will shift this way to keep it from tipping over basically, or whatever, snapping in half, blowing up, whatever. So it's funny that people like were like, oh, earthquake's happening, our building is gonna fall over unless this ball does its job. So they all go like, just watch the ball and like encourage it to do its job so they don't all die, knowing that basically this ball is keeping the building you're in from toppling. I mean, I don't know if the earthquake was enough to like, you know, I don't know if it actually would have toppled without this ball in this instance, but probably, I would say. I think that there's a reason this ball is here. So yeah, pretty wild to come and look at the ball instead of like going down the stairs and leaving like I would have done. I don't know how high up you are that you like, could you not have gone down and left? I know it's during earthquakes, so like it goes on for that long, but I don't know. I don't think this is what I would have gone and done though, is gone and watched the ball. But 700 tons, was it? 728 tons. That's so heavy, obviously, but like this seems dangerous to have something that heavy up high. Like it feels like you've invented a new problem, and that is extremely heavy ball crashing through the 100 and something floors on the way down. Crazy. Okay, we got one of these scraping videos, but I feel like fits better for thalassophobia. But if we get a good shot of the boat above, yeah, we do. Giant propeller, big boat, and the big blue, you know? Oh man, dude. I was not geared up for one of these today, let me tell you. Huge propeller. It's hard to tell with the fisheye lens, but this thing's massive, you know? This thing is, oh dude, look at that. Oh, doesn't it make you queasy? It does make me queasy, let me tell you. It makes me feel a little sick to my stomach. We're gonna move on pretty quick from that one. Bridge segment being lowered into place by 2 massive cranes. See, this is modern bridge building. We don't mess around anymore. We just put 2 things and put a platform on top. None of that, all that rigging. That's crazy. It's like building a Lego set. They make it look kind of easy. But just knowing how big every piece of this is, and dude, talk about whoever's controlling the crane. It must be 2 people on 2 separate cranes, right? So like 2 separate controls. Maybe it probably would be easier to have 1 set of controls. I mean, it's probably also not a guy with a lever. It's probably a little more delicate than that. It's probably like programmed, you know? It's probably not just like, okay, lower it down at a 45-degree angle. Dang, a pretty intense situation to be in, lowering this. Like if you lower it into the wrong spot or drop it or something, you're dropping a bridge. Not a lot of people have the opportunity to drop a bridge, or like be worried they're gonna drop a bridge. Like, oh, work was pretty stressful today, I almost dropped a bridge. Those words have never been said before by most people. Mitsubishi cement plant in Kyushu, Japan. Dude, I feel like we've seen this picture like in the daylight or something, in like a villainous, maybe it was Oddly Terrifying, maybe it was another Megalophobia video, but yeah, it's like this evil industrial villainous secret lair where like Acid Man would be from, and then there's just like neighborhoods and like a road or railroad tracks or something. Kind of crazy. I mean, this has got to be so large. It's the kind of genius observations you're here for, right? This has gotta be big. I mean, doesn't it look like, if this is what, a 5-story building here? It's a little hard to tell because of the distance, but this is like 20 stories, maybe more. This is as big as that whale, dude. It's actually bigger than that whale. It also kind of looks like a water park from hell, doesn't it? What are they doing in there? I mean, we know it's a cement plant, but what are they doing in there? What are all those pipes full of? For some reason, this was made in Dublin, Ireland. I mean, I don't know the context. I don't know what this is called, but yeah, that's kind of random. Just a big old sky needle. This must like represent something or be like a memorial of something. I would hope, I think, right? Okay, so there used to be a thing called Nelson's Pillar, and then it was destroyed by a bomb in 1966, but part of it was left over and they made it into this. This is a very brief synopsis I just glanced at. So there was a purpose. It's kind of like, you may have blown up our tower, but we made a better one. So, haha. I think it looks kind of cool. Definitely not something you want to like lose and it go flying, you know? It just makes me like worried someone's gonna step on it, but I can't imagine how that would ever happen. Like someone would have to be so big, but for some reason it kind of gives me the heebies to imagine stepping on this. But that would just, how would that happen? You'd have to be like an absolute colossal giant. It's not realistic, but it looks sharp, doesn't it? I feel like this would be cooler to see closer up. I feel like this picture is kind of like, so what? As far as megalophobia goes. So we're gonna move on. Hong Kong. Oof. Wowie zowie. That's something else. Whoa. This whole building is like kind of just on a couple pillars. That doesn't seem safe. I mean, they know more than me, but like, whoa. Dude, crazy. We always get one of these pictures of just like the endless apartments. You know, it's always like 20 stories tall, very cookie cutter, small, like crammed apartments. And it just feels like a world. Like an entire world in this building, you know, just so many little boxes. But that first picture was probably the craziest as far as megalophobia is concerned. This big old thing, big old road just kind of zigzagging through the buildings here amidst those apartments that we know very well. Kind of spooky, dude. It is oppressively large. Okay, what is this from? Is this War of the Worlds? Yeah, I think it is. The caption is, what are you doing in this situation? Which I always love that. I always love the obvious, unwinnable situation. And then the, what are you gonna do? Like as if the solution has just not been thought of yet. Of like, oh, I think I'll just blow up the alien with my mind. I think I'll just use my mind powers and destroy the alien and save everyone. It's like, no, if the alien wants to kill us all, it's going to. And if it doesn't, it's not going to. I have no plan here. I'm gonna scream and I'm gonna cry and then I'm gonna die. Just like everyone else. But yeah, man, as far as megalophobia goes, it would be pretty scary if a giant alien showed up on your little ferry boat. That would be really scary. I wouldn't like that. Ooh, window cleaners cleaning a gigantic building. Whew, there they are. 2 of them. For all this window? I hope they're getting paid by the hour. Jeez Louise. Dang, dude. Window cleaners, I think I've said this exact same thing probably years ago, but I feel that I've said this before. There's gotta be a better way, you know? We got drones now. There's gotta be a better way than sending a guy just tied to the building, just sending him off the edge to be like, hey, get that smudge on the outside. My window looks a little cloudy, looks kind of dusty. Could you hang a guy off the side of my 50-story building to squeegee it for me? There's gotta be a better way. Like, this is absurd. I mean, maybe they love it. Maybe they're like, hey, look, we know that we're getting paid big money for this. At least I hope so. So who cares? You know, they just do their job that everyone else is too scared to do, myself very much included. But dude, there's gotta be a better way. Just design your building with like a big windshield wiper attached to it, you know? It's gotta be doable. But yeah, this is a giant just sheet of glass masquerading as a building. And I like that we get the people here for scale. They're not even as big as one of these windows. Like this is like a 8-foot floor and all of those just slippery all the way down. If you ever wondered how the inside of a container ship looked like, oh my goodness. I guess I have always wondered this and never seen it before. Dude, I want to go. Wow. Wow. This feels like something we're not supposed to see, doesn't it? We've seen the outside of this so many times, but now the inside of one of these? Whoa, dude. And wouldn't you have guessed it, it's a big giant room where the containers go in nice little rows. Dude, that's crazy. That actually is cool to see. I feel like this first shot is the most like alarming because we actually see kind of how big things are. He just looks up and the ceiling is further up than you'd think it would be. It's further up than you think it should be. Dang. That's crazy. We are making some big things these days. Big shipment containers, and then we got big old boats to ship the shipment containers. We got big ships to ship the shipment containers. It's just a whole thing. It's a mess out there. I love whoever filmed this. They must browse the Megalophobia subreddits. I feel like they're just probably at work right now. Or like, you know, they work at the dock and got a quick chance to film this because they knew that we were gonna like it. The size of planet Earth compared to Jupiter. Dude, we're just like a little baby planet. If this is a planet, then this is not a planet. You know what I mean? Like, this is what we call a planet. This has got to be something else, like a dwarf planet. Or this is a super planet or something, you know? Like, these can't be the same thing. But we live on this one. This thing looks so small. It looks like I'm like embarrassed to live here. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would rather live here because it's got a livable atmosphere. But this is just like a teeny little dork, isn't it? Compared to this monster? That's crazy. Thank goodness we never have to see Saturn right off of the planet. Like, thank goodness it's far away and not like this distance. Just this like giant wall of swirling storms. Jeez, man. I kind of wish this picture wasn't on a white background though. Put it in space, you know? What are we doing? Offshore oil rig deploying. Oh, bro. Oh, my. Everyone's filming it. That's so funny. Dude, please don't end early. Please go all the way. Dude, no way you just do that. Are they on a boat right now, or are they launching it from the shore? Oh, I think they're actually on a... I can't tell. Dude, it ends right there. You kidding me? What happens next? That's the most interesting part. What happens after this point? You drop a giant behemoth metal structure sideways into the water, and then you just like, that's the most interesting part. I'm like, no, I want to see what happens after that. Do you have to stand it up? I assume you have to get it where it's going. It looks like they're on land. So I guess do they just drag it to where they're going? I'm so confused how you do this. I've seen the videos where they ship it on the back of a boat, and then again, I've never seen what happens. I've seen them take it out, but I've never seen them. How do you then drop it when you get there? And how do you drop it the correct way? How do you get it to land right where you want? I mean, I guess you could maybe adjust it a little bit, but how do you do that? How do you move this thing once it's like been dropped? It's got to weigh a bajillion pounds. I want to see more, dang it. Thank goodness for the original sound too. Imagine, I feel like videos like this seems so cool, then they play like a Taylor Swift song over it. I'm like, why, dude? That's not better than the actual sound. Oh, it's so crazy, dude. How do you even do this? And then what happens? I want to know. Okay, I'm not gonna read all of this, but there's some debate going on. People saying like, this isn't an oil rig deploying, it's a jacket for an oil rig, so it's a little bit different. But no matter what, like, what happens next? Like, this is a big thing. What do you do then? It's just like sideways in the water. Like, what then, you know? What it looks like to climb 282 meters or 925 feet tall ex-nuclear chimney. Holy smokes, with a ladder? With a... Oh my gosh, that made my heart rate go up, dude. I saw this and I was like, no way. And then he's just like hanging off of it. Oh, do you feel that? Dude, the pan away. Oh my gosh, dude. This is not even megalophobia. This is just fear of heights. I mean, it's both, I'm sure, but this is just like fear of falling. This is just human instinct. This is not like a quirk. This is just horribly terrifying. Dude, are you just like with your hands and feet? There's kind of a track going up, but that's probably just to hold the ladder in place, right? I was gonna say, is it's the kind of thing where like you're like hooked into it, but I assume not. Why did they even put a ladder on it? You know, like there's no way this is like oh yeah, if there's a problem at the top, we'll just climb up there. Like what, of course. Oh, you need to get to the top? Oh yeah, don't worry, there'll be a ladder. There's gotta be a better way. This feels like he's in an airplane or something, doesn't it? This is so high up. Oh, I can't watch this anymore. I absolutely can't watch this. This is so crazy. Okay, we're gonna end with this one. Hopefully I titled the video that I look at this until I get scared or something, because for once we're actually stopping when I get scared. We were gonna stop here anyway, to be fair, but dude, that was horrible. That's gonna haunt my dreams right there. Holy smokes. Oh, okay. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? I had a good time. Did you? You didn't expect to see so many big things today? Well, you shouldn't have clicked the video, goofball. Your reading comprehension is not good. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for looking at spooky stuff. I always like Megalophobia because, again, like I said last time we did this, we always see some of the craziest videos. You know, like the tornado one was definitely a highlight for today. Absolutely bizarre thing to get to see. What a unique video. A time lapse of a tornado just swirling and twirling all over the place. We gotta see this big bowl. That was something else. Love that. That's all I gotta say about that. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it and consider subscribing if you haven't yet and feel like it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. Speaking of big, look how big Randy's getting. Buddy loves food so much he can't stop eating it. Look at the camera, Randy. Okay, all right, I'll get you out of the bright light.